We're going to start the meeting. I'm asking you to stand for the entrance of the color guard.
Please join with me as we salute our nation's flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce 3 students from the Morris County School of Technology who will honor us with their voices. Goti Shersagar is a junior in the Academy of Finance and International Business. Amy Wallison is a freshman in the Academy of Law and Public Safety. And Paige Weisberg is a senior in the Academy of Law and Public Safety. Welcome, ladies. Please join us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Please remain standing while Rabbi Ina Cerebro Litvak of Temple Shalom gives the invocation.
Friends, we are gathered here today on the 4th day of the new year, 2019, as the new members elected to office are about to take an oath. We should not take for granted that these fine people have decided to devote a great majority of their time to serve our most precious community. They could spend the hours which they will be devoting to the important work of making decisions at home. Instead, they are selflessly dedicating themselves to the pillars of our society. Let's keep this in mind when we ask God to grant them wisdom and the ability to confront the challenges that will inevitably come, and to do so with courage and faith, so that the decisions they make will be in the best interest of all our wonderful communities in Morris County. May they remember to treat every citizen equally, because all men and women are created equal and have equal rights. May their work based on loyalty, civility, and honesty ultimately bring them great satisfaction and well-deserved praise from our community.
Thank you, Rabbi. Please be seated. Adequate notice of this meeting held this 4th day of January 2019 has been provided through resolution adopted by the board on November 19, 2018, and by electronic mailing to the Star Ledger, the Daily Record, and the Record, through posting on the county website, and by filing a copy of same with the Morris County Clerk and the Clerk of this board. I have received from the Morris County Board of County Canvassers a certificate showing the determination of the election of John Krickus as freeholder for a term of 3 years, Stephen H. Shaw as freeholder for a term of 3 years, Deborah Smith as freeholder for a term of 3 years, and Ann F. Grossi as county clerk, for a term of 5 years, and then I have placed said certificates on file. At this time, I ask John Krickus to come forward and take the oath of office for freeholder. Officiating will be Major Nick Digregorio, and holding the Bible will be his wife, Caroline, along with their daughters, Kelly and Casey.
Raise your right hand. I, John Krickus,
I, John Krickus,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all of the duties of the office
perform all the duties of the office
of Freeholder of the County of Morris,
of Freeholder of the County of Morris,
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God. So I want to, first of all, and this is a hint to those of you who may be sworn in the next few days, thank my wife, Carolyn, for all of her support, and my daughters, Casey and Kelly, for being here also. There's a century of history in my swearing in tonight, and I have a couple of religious texts. The first is from my grandfather. He was an immigrant from Czechoslovakia. He was a coal miner, and a little over 100 years ago in 1918, he joined the U.S. Army and received, he was a doughboy and received his New Testament, and his signature is here, property of John Bursack. Some 60 years later, his grandson was crazy enough to join the Marines, and when I went to boot camp, I received my New Testament, Psalms, and Proverbs. And private, John, I didn't say recruit, I must have been doing good. I was able to call myself private. Private John Krickus with my, I won't hold this up, with my social security number. I guess they weren't too afraid of identity theft back in 1978 that they had that put in there. And then also very honored to have swearing me in tonight, Nick Digregorio. Nick is here not only to represent, not only I want to recognize Nick, but his entire generation. Because when 9/11 happened, it was 18 years ago. Now I think about it this year. Nick was in high school. He wanted to join the Marines, and his parents told him, no, you're going to college. After he graduated college, he joined the Marines, went to officer candidate school, infantry school. Nick served 9 years in the regulars and reserves with 4 tours of duty in Okinawa, in Burundi, which is in East Africa by Somalia, and in Iraq and Afghanistan. So I'm honored and I want to thank you and your generation for defending our country, Nick. Thank you very much. I'm going to make my brief statement now. Late night show host Craig Ferguson, and by the way, I just wanted to mention one thing. Nick is married to Emily, and he's living here in Morristown. And because you posted this on Facebook, I can say that they're expecting their first child later this year. So, what made me think of that, I was supposed to say it earlier, what made me think of that is late night show host I was going to start my speech with. You're going to get a chance to watch a lot of late night TV coming up here soon, okay? And I'm not talking about the 11:30 time, I'm talking about later on. Late night show host Craig Ferguson would open each show by saying, "It's a great day for America." And let me add, it's an even better day if you live in Morris County. Morris County has taken a very different path than much of New Jersey, and the results are far and away the best quality of life of any county in the state. I mean, it's not even close. Our towns are among the safest, not only in the state, but in the entire country. And I have to say, I want to thank all of our law enforcement. And we have not only the best sheriff in New Jersey, but I think the best sheriff in New Jersey, Sheriff Gannon, who's there. Thank you, Sheriff. We have the second unemployment rate in New Jersey at 2.9%. Our county parks are second to none. And we lead in farmland, open space, and historic preservation, something that's very close to my heart, coming from Washington Township, Long Valley, where, with the help of the county, we've preserved some 4,000 acres of farmland. County College and the Morris School of Technology were recognized with award-winning educators. We offer active downtowns, attractive suburbs, and rural vistas. Now, the number one issue, the critical issue in the state of property taxes, Morris County has the 3rd lowest county property taxes in New Jersey. In fact, if you were to move to our neighboring counties to the east, your county property taxes would increase by 75%. 75%. Anybody want a 75% tax increase? No. That's why you're here in Morris County. A high quality of services at a relatively low cost is what our residents expect. And I'm honored to return to the Freeholder Board and do the hard work to keep Morris strong and a special place to live. Thank you and God bless.
At this time, I ask Stephen H. Shaw to come forward to take the oath of office for freeholder. Officiating will be Assemblywoman Betty Lou DeCroce, and holding the Bible will be his wife, Cindy, along with their son Matthew, and his sister-in-law Kathleen.
I, Stephen H. Shaw,
I, Stephen H. Shaw,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of office
all the duties of office
of freeholder
of freeholder
of the County of Morris,
of the County of Morris,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. I'm a podium person, so. And I'm just realizing I clearly did not use a large enough font.
Mine's on
So-
24.
Yeah, 18 is no longer doing it. I would just like to say it is an honor and a privilege to represent the citizens of Morris County. My journey to this board has been one of many years, experiences, and life milestones. I would not be here if it was not for the help and support of so many. I want to publicly thank my wife Cindy and my children Matthew and Catherine for all of their sacrifices and support and putting up with the late nights out, the meetings, and the time away from home and work. My daughter Catherine's on vacation, and my daughter-in-law Jess and 2-week-old granddaughter Mackenzie Grace are not here on doctor's orders. Everything is okay, but apparently when she told the doctor where she wanted to take the newborn baby, he advised against it on the basis that there would be too many bad germs in the room. I believe he was speaking strictly in a clinical sense, I hope. So, my family located in Morris County in 1966 and soon settled in the Mountain Lakes. My dad loved all the recreational opportunities the county had to offer. He used to say, living in this area was like being on vacation 365 days a year. Eventually, my dad started a family building business, and I'm proud of the fact that over the years, we have provided homes, workplaces, and jobs for many, many people in the county of Morris. And it was through my volunteer work with my local Building Trades Association that I got to know Assemblyman Alex DeCruz. God rest his soul. Alex was a consummate public servant and a savvy, principled politician. It was Alex who encouraged me to run for public office in Mountain Lakes. And with his support, and many of the people in this room tonight, I went to serve 12 years on the Borough Council, including 3 as mayor. But tonight is not about me, it's not about any of us up here, it's about the people that we serve. We are merely short-term stewards of the county. Whether somebody serves on this board for 3 years or 33 years, in the context of the history of Morris County, it's a short tenure. Morris County is a great place to live, work, and raise a family because of the wise and steady stewardship of those before us. To that end, I want to thank departing freeholders Cesaro and Myers for their recent service to our county. So the challenge for us as a freeholder board is to make sure that we protect the quality of life we enjoy in Morris County for ourselves and for future generations. Now that doesn't mean that nothing will ever change in the county, but rather that we must manage and adapt to our changing world in a responsible way that honors the character, lifestyle, and traditions that have drawn us to this place we all call home. The job's not an easy one, but I can say this, I've gotten to know my colleagues, I can call you colleagues now. We each bring a different skill set, institutional knowledge, and personality to this board, and I believe when that is combined, it is greater than the sum of the parts, and we're up to the task of meeting those challenges. And finally, I want to thank my running mates, Freeholder Smith and Krickus, and the county staff. You've been extremely helpful in my transition to the Freeholder Board. Thank you. And I just want to end, I think it's fitting, with a quote from our 41st President, George H.W. Bush. He actually sums up what I've been trying to say very fittingly. It goes like this. We cannot hope only to leave our children with a bigger car, a bigger bank account. We must hope to give them a sense of what it means to be a loyal friend, a loving parent, a citizen who leaves his home, his neighborhood, and town better than he found it. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
At this time, I ask Deborah Smith to come forward to take the oath of office for freeholder. Officiating will be Assemblyman Anthony Ambuco, and holding the Bible will be her husband, Stephen.
repeat after me. I, state your name,
I, Deborah Smith,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New
of the
Jersey,
State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of Freeholder
of the office of Freeholder
of the County of Morris,
of the County of Morris,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
I also am a podium person, and I think I have 36-point font, and I still need my glasses. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending tonight's annual meeting, and Happy New Year to all of you. Welcome to the board, my running mates, John Krickus and Stephen Shaw. Thank you to the voters for their confidence in me, in re-electing me. I look forward to working with all the residents in Morris County for another 3 years, and a great thank you to Assemblyman Anthony Bucco for swearing me in, and my husband Stephen for holding his bar mitzvah Bible. The Freeholder Board faces quite a few challenges in 2019, and I believe that our efforts over the past year have created an excellent groundwork in which to deal with these challenges. In particular, and especially with the help of Freeholder Myers, the county in 2018 developed and adopted a new strategic plan following a comprehensive review of all aspects of county government and its connections to our residents, local governments, nonprofits, and the education and business communities. It will guide us in making smart, reasonable choices and prioritizing our needs in 2019 based on solid facts developed with our partners from all 39 municipalities, helping to ensure the best short and long-term planning. This planning also requires stability in our finances so that we can be prepared for day-to-day maintenance, as well as the occasional big-ticket items that are required of county government. When Morris County had its top-ranked AAA bond rating reaffirmed last year for the 43rd consecutive year, our financial stability again ranked as better than the federal government. As a member of the Budget Subcommittee, I can tell you that I am extremely proud of that ranking and our continued fiscal stability. This Freeholder Board in 2019 intends to uphold that strong and positive fiscal tradition started and continued by such freeholders as Carol Rufner, Rodney Frelinghuysen, Alex DeCroce, Frank Drusler, Tony Bucco, John Murphy, Sissy Lauries, Chris Christie, Hank Line, and so many more. I look forward to working with this board in 2019 to ensure that Morris County remains a great place to live, work, play, go to school, and raise a family. Thank you again for coming out tonight, and I wish you all a very happy and healthy New Year. Thank you. At least I'm not sick this year. Remember last year? It was all sick.
At this time, I ask Ann Grossi to come forward to take the oath of office for County Clerk. Officiating will be the Honorable John Pecoraro, and holding the Bible will be her husband Nicholas, along with her daughter Nicole.
Before I swear you in, I just wanted to make a quick comment. I've been in this position for 25 years, and Ann Grossi is one of the greatest civil servants I've had the opportunity to serve with. She's made a commitment to excellence, and because of that commitment to excellence, the County Clerk's Office of Morris County is the best county clerk's office in the whole state of New Jersey. On that note, I'm proud to serve in the Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I,
I,
state your name,
Ann Grossi,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of county clerk
of the office of county clerk
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. I would just like to thank everybody. I don't have a prepared speech, and I was told to keep it under 2 minutes, so I promise to do that because I don't want anyone falling asleep here. But as the county clerk, I'm very honored to be your county clerk again for another term. I do have a commitment to excellence with my staff, and one of the things that is very important to me is customer service, because that's what we serve the public. It's not, I was on the Freeholder board before. They make decisions on fiscal policy and all of the areas that you have heard about tonight. I don't do that. I do passports processing. I make sure all your land records are recorded properly and that you can find them. I make sure that my technology is up to date and as advanced as it can be, so it makes it easier for the public to find their documents. We process notaries and passports. So we are a service office. And I have made a commitment to providing the best service that I can provide in Morris County, and really to anyone who comes to use the facilities and services of my office. And I really have a great staff as well. I would like to thank you for putting your faith in me again. I would like to thank the 110,000 plus people in Morris County who supported me. I would like to especially thank my husband, who I think he slept less than I did during this election. He learned about parts of Morris County that he didn't know existed, putting signs up and then taking them down. And the other people that worked really hard for me, I have gratitude for them, and I promise to continue the tradition of excellence. And I wish you all a happy new year. And I'm sure no mine is going to be good because this election is over, thank goodness. Thank you.
Roll call. Freeholder Cabana.
Here.
Freeholder Darling.
Here.
Freeholder DeFilippo.
Here.
Freeholder Krickus.
Here.
Freeholder Mastrangelo.
Here.
Freeholder Shaw.
Here.
Freeholder Smith.
Here.
A quorum is established. Nominations for director for 2019 are in order.
I nominate Douglas R. Cabana for director for the year 2019.
I second the motion.
Freeholder Cabana.
Yes.
Freeholder Darling.
Yes.
Freeholder DeFilippo.
Yes.
Freeholder Krickus.
Yes.
Freeholder Mastrangelo.
Yes.
Freeholder Shaw.
Yes.
Freeholder Smith.
Yes.
Douglas R. Cabana is duly elected.
Thank you.
May I have a nomination for deputy director?
I move the appointment of Heather Darling to be Deputy Director for the year 2018.
I will second the motion.
Roll call, please.
19, I'm sorry.
Roll call, please.
Freeholder Darling.
Yes.
Freeholder DeFilippo.
Yes.
Freeholder Krickus.
Yes.
Freeholder Mastrangelo.
Yes.
Freeholder Shaw.
Yes.
Freeholder Smith.
Yes.
And Director Cabana.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to all of you for coming out tonight to the Board of Freeholders annual meeting for 2019. At this time, I would like to acknowledge some of our special guests, though you're all special. But, so please, no need to hold your applause when I mention their names this year. First off, we have Senator Tom Kean. Senator Kean. Assemblyman Anthony Bucco. Assemblyman Michael Patrick Carroll. Senator Joe Panaccio. Assemblywoman Betty Lou DeCruz. Senator Kristen Corrado. Assemblyman Christopher DePhillips. With us also, we have former Assemblyman Dick Kamen. And former Assemblyman Jack Chittarelli. Our constitutional officers, Ann Grossi, who we just saw, and Mark Clerk. Our Sheriff Jim Gannon. Our County Surrogate John Pecoraro. And Morris County Prosecutor Fred Knapp. Former freeholders, John Inglesino. Our latest freeholder to leave, Christine Myers. And number 7, Frank Drosler. Also with us tonight, we have Dr. Tony Iacona, the president of County College of Morristown. And Scott Moffitt, the superintendent of the Morris County Vocational School District. And I did see Megan Huncher. She's the new executive director of Morris County Chamber of Commerce. Megan? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 2019 stated annual meeting of the Morris County Board of Chosen Freeholders. Thank you all for coming here tonight. I wish each and every one of you a healthy and prosperous new year. Congratulations are in order to Deb Smith, John Krickus, and Steve Shaw on their elections to the Freeholder Board. Congratulations to Heather Darling as our new Deputy Director, and to Ann Grossi as County Clerk for a second term. Thank you to our Administrator, John Bonani, and to all of our county employees for all their hard work during 2018. Let's give them a hand. I look forward to working with all of you and making 2019 a productive year for county government. It is an honor for me to serve as Freeholder Director. My goals in 2019 are to make decisions that benefit all residents of Morris County, to keep close watch on spending while delivering critical public safety and quality of life services. Some of our critical issues in 2019 include continuing to preserve the county's top-rated AAA bond rating and maintain the county's prudent and responsible financing and budgeting. Continuing to make the safety of our residents a priority by providing the best educated, trained, and equipped police, fire, EMS, and first responder services across our county. Working to ensure a positive business environment for our business community by helping to ensure that they will have a well-trained workforce that will keep our companies and jobs here in Morris County. Working closely with our 39 municipalities on shared services and incorporating the goals developed in the county's new strategic plan into our municipal-county relationship. There are many specific projects that county will move ahead or expand in 2019, and I'd like to give you a brief taste of a few of those projects, which we'll be discussing in the coming months. Continuing and expanding our special training program for educators and law enforcement on dealing with school violence, in a collaborative effort with our sheriff and Homeland Security. Unfortunately, no place in our nation is immune to the potential for school violence, and we have an obligation to our residents to be prepared. Expanding the county's new EMS service to assist towns in providing basic emergency response, filling a critical service gap, especially during daytime hours. Initiating the county's Navigating Hope mobile human services operation, which will bring social services to veterans, seniors, homeless, and other needy residents at select areas across the county. This program will complement Sheriff Gannon's Mobile Hope One program for persons dealing with addiction and be run in coordination with the Family Promise of Morris County. Construction of a new $10 million County College of Morris engineering and manufacturing facility to provide students and existing workers and employers with state-of-the-art skills, training, and what's needed for today's modern jobs. Doubling the space at CCM for the health science program, including the creation of state-of-the-art virtual hospital and new health programs to meet Morris County's employment needs. Starting work on the new 4.4-mile Pequannock to Wayne recreational trail, which should be similar to the County Park Commission's popular traction line, which runs from Morristown to Madison. We'll be dealing with the unfortunate infestation of the county's ash trees by the tiny emerald ash borer, and pursuing our petition to the U.S. Supreme Court to protect the full scope of Morris County's historic preservation program. This after the New Jersey Supreme Court ordered a halt to the participation of the program by our historic houses of worship. We anticipate a decision soon on whether our nation's highest court will hear our case. In addition, the board in 2019 will take key steps to consider our long-term judicial space needs. At the first Freeholder public meeting of the new year, next Wednesday night, we will hold a public information session on the need for new court space and detail initial plans for engineering and design of the potential new court building. In doing this, we must consider the needs of the courts for decades to come and to ensure that our county benefits economically in its role as the legal capital of North Jersey, but always with a mind on your tax dollars. In closing, we have a lot of work ahead for us in 2019, but I'm excited to start on the work on these projects and look forward to your participation and collaboration. As we move ahead, we will mark the progress on these efforts on the county's website and through our various social media platforms, and through our weekly county government newsletter, visit morriscountynj.gov. Once again, on behalf of the entire Freeholder Board, thank you for being here this evening and have a happy new year.
Happy New Year, everyone. First, I'd like to congratulate Stephen, Deborah, and John on your swearing in this evening. I look forward to working with all of you on the board. I'd like to congratulate County Clerk Ann Grossi on her re-election and swearing in tonight, and also to Director Cabana, who will be leading the board again as director. As my first year in office comes to a close, I would like to thank the freeholders who were here with me this past year, including Christine and John, to whom we said farewell at our last meeting, from whose experience I've learned many things. Thank you to the administration, several department heads, especially John Bonani, who's taken the time to help me with anything I've asked, Chris Walker, who seems to be in more places than any human can at one time, Chris Vitz for always maintaining a good humor when I bring up issues that are of contention to me, Scott DiGirolamo and Jeff Paul for doing an amazing job when nature deals the county a tough blow or when tragedy befalls our county. Thank you to the Freeholder staff for the many ways that you make my life easier, and to all the county employees who do far more than I knew when I joined the board last year. Thank you to those who've stood by my side from the beginning and are still there, as well as some with whom I've forged bonds over the past year. As some of you know, economic development was a focus of mine, and through CCM, I was able to address workforce development here in the county. I forged a working relationship with John Kennedy of New Jersey Manufacturing Extension Program and learned where workforce development efforts have been most progressive. Although I have relationships with Senators Bucco and Oraho and have witnessed their work locally, I did not have one with the third individual instrumental in the efforts, which was Senator Sweeney. So I was able to travel to Trenton to meet with Senator Sweeney, who arranged for me to visit the place that his efforts have been concentrated, which was Rowan College in South Jersey. At Rowan, I was able to meet with the president of their college, the administrator of their county, the head of workforce development, and the dean of the School of Technology, come back and discuss with the board members of CCM and CCM President Dr. Iacono, who's here with us this evening, I learned that some of what they do in Rowan is employed here at CCM, but there's more that they do in Gloucester we're not equipped for. What's really exciting is that, as the director mentioned, we are soon breaking ground on a new building at CCM, and we will be able to implement more of those efforts as we go forward, but importantly, we also have new ideas for the future. I had the opportunity to see the opening of the Veterans Center, the expansion of our Sheriff's Hope One program, and to learn so much about human services here in our county, and the absolute dedication and compassion of the people who work and volunteer with those organizations, how truly compassionate we are as a county when it comes to meeting the needs of those less fortunate than others. To that end, I've been attempting to lay groundwork to unite our manufacturers who have had difficulty obtaining skilled labor with those in the county who have economic needs, to bring them together with CCM's Workforce Development Program, so that they can enter the CCM programs, obtain certificates, enhance their value in the workforce, and move quickly to greater wages, opportunities, and economic self-sufficiency. After many discussions with private paving contractors, our crews, our asphalt supplier, Chris Bitts, and some input from Freeholder Mastrangelo, I'm hopeful that some of the big complaints about road paving will be remedied in the coming year. For 2019, I'm also excited to be liaison to our Economic Development Committee, and I'm happy to see Megan Huncher, the new director of the Chamber of Commerce, with us tonight. With the loss of Honeywell and Conagra, it's very clear that we must reverse the trend of businesses leaving our county and come up with creative solutions to attract and retain them beyond the simple tax breaks that invite them into other communities to profit for themselves, only to leave when the free ride ends, to the detriment of the community. Also, with regard to matters affecting our taxes and economic health, I enjoyed the opportunity to participate in a meeting with Senators Bucco, Oraho, Sweeney, Assemblyman DeCruz, Bucco, Rooney, and various mayors from around the county to discuss the pension crisis, school costs, and shared services. And I've had the opportunity to continue to participate in this dialogue and look forward to helping the citizens of Morris County see tax relief in the future through those efforts. Because I was tasked with keeping this short, I won't go into all the other things I'd like to do, but I do look forward to the beginning of 2020 and telling you what we've done as a board for 2019. Finally, I would like to thank the other members of the Freeholder Board for having the confidence in my abilities to vote for me as Deputy Director of the Board for 2019. Thank you.
Also joining us this evening is Senator Anthony Bucco. Tony, thank you for coming. I ask for a motion to approve resolutions 1 through 80.
I'll make a motion to approve 1 through 80.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Freeholder DiFilippo?
Yes.
Freeholder Krickus?
Yes.
Freeholder Mastrangelo?
Yes.
Freeholder Shaw?
Yes.
Freeholder Smith?
Yes.
Deputy Director Darling?
Yes.
And Director Cabana?
Yes to all. This time I'd ask for freeholder comments from those freeholders who have not already spoken. We'll begin with Freeholder DiFilippo.
Thank you. I want to say good evening to all and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. As the board's liaison to Human Services, and with so many county leaders in the room, I want to talk briefly about a couple of key issues that affect many of our residents here in Morris County. Probably the most important and daunting issue facing Morris County and throughout our country is opioid addiction. This opioid epidemic is a life and death epidemic. It affects every family, every town, every neighborhood, every school district, and every business in our county. We are allied with Sheriff Jim Gannon, Prosecutor Fred Knapp, the Department of Human Services, and our many not-for-profit partners on this issue. And for those of you who are here tonight, I applaud you for all that you've done, the sheriff and the prosecutor and our staff in Human Services has done a remarkable job, and I'll talk a little bit about that. For families suffering through these problems, I assure you that this Freeholder Board in 2019, in a stigma-free Morris County, is fully committed to dealing with the twin problem of addiction and mental illness. Our new tool to be employed in 2019 will be a social service on wheels program that our director mentioned. It's called Navigating Hope. Our mobile program will link residents in need to mental health and other important services, from housing, aging services, to meals for hungry families. This County Department of Human Service mobile offering will work hand in hand with Sheriff Jim Gannon's Hope One van, which now brings addiction services to residents across our county. We anticipate in February that Navigate Hope will be up and running. Also in 2019, we should expect to hear a lot more about the county-wide Stigma-Free Initiative, which now includes 34 of our towns, plus our hospitals, our law enforcement, and many again of our not-for-profit groups. Our Stigma-Free Initiative is now spreading its wings to school districts and to the faith community throughout our county. And with this grassroots goal of encouraging treatment and fostering recovery from addiction and mental illness. So we're all working together, and I'm really delighted that we've involved our schools and our faith-based community and that they are embracing this initiative as well. Morris County is pleased to be a member of that initiative. We thank the many members of our community, again, who have participated and are stepping up to the plate. Just one more thing, if I can. Our human service team in Morris County reaches so many people and is so important to the lives of our county residents. I want to read some statistics from 2018, and I will be brief. Just on one program, our nutrition project. From January through November, not even through December, we served 321,000 meals. 231 of them were home-delivered meals. 73,000 were in our nutrition centers, and 17,000 meals on weekends. Think about how many families we are helping by that program. Our Human Services team does a remarkable job for this county's neediest residents, and I can't thank them enough for all they do. And that's it. I just want to say thank you for listening to me. Happy New Year, and have a good evening.
Last but not least, and the one who's standing between you and the food. And we're keeping this under an hour, Tom.
No pressure.
Doug said I would be publicly sanctioned, okay, if, censured, I'm sorry, if I don't keep it on 2 minutes. So I'm going to do my best. So once again, thank you everybody for attending tonight, and Happy New Year to everybody. Ooh, special congratulations to Deb, to Steve, to John, to Ann. Congratulations, Ann. Actually, Ann and I first ran together in 2010, became freeholders together in 2011. So a special place there for us, Ann, for you. And I want to congratulate Heather on becoming deputy director, and I congratulate Doug for becoming director. I'm very proud to continue in 2019 to be the liaison to law and public safety. The residents of Morris County should be very confident in preparations made by County Emergency Response Team over the past year. I'd like to speak briefly just about a few, and I promise a few, Doug, of the important 2018 and 2019 projects. The EMS pilot program, which began in 2017, made more than 1,200 responses in 2018, filling critical gaps in emergency medical responses throughout the county. The Freeholders had approved expansion of that program in 2019 by providing funding for additional staff and vehicles. Another important 2018 initiative was the best practices in school threat assessment for educators and law enforcement prompted by mass shootings in schools across the nation. This collaborative effort by the county sheriff's office, and thank you, Sheriff, The Freeholders in New Jersey Homeland Security offered hands-on instruction on how to identify, investigate, and manage threatening and potentially dangerous behavior in the schools. This initiative will continue and expand in 2019, and I can rest assured to all of you that we will do everything to fund those type of initiatives. The Alert Mars emergency notification system was launched countywide in 2018 in concert with our Smart 911 emergency call system. We expect to improve and expand these important systems in 2019. OEM, in partnership with the Sheriff and Park Police, held its 6th annual Morris County Public Safety Youth Academy. The week-long program, sponsored by the Freeholders, graduated 41 cadets in 2018, and we look forward to doing the same again in 2019. In an increasingly volatile world in which we live, no community or town is immune from threats, and it's more important than ever that we are prepared. You have our commitment by this Freeholder Board that we will continue to work closely with our sheriff, our police, fire, first response communities to do all that we can to keep our residents safe here in Morris County. The Freeholders will continue to work with Sheriff Gannon, Prosecutor Knapp, our Human Services team to battle the opioid epidemic that continues to plague our communities. You have our pledge that we will provide the help, the resources needed to battle this. And if you indulge me for just another minute, as liaison to economic development, I want to talk about economic progress in our county. Morris County is home to more than 800 companies headquartered right here in a choice location for businesses of all sizes. The county has more than 28,000 businesses and 315,000 employees. The great news is that many companies have relocated to the county, renewed their leases, and have expanded their operations over the past year. Notably, the recent corporate relocations include UPS, Barclays, Langen, Allergen, and Teva, which have relocated thousands of employees to their campuses here in Morris County. Despite these successes, there's more work to do, and there's more work to promote the value of Morris County to a lot of businesses that are still here and businesses that we want to get here. The Freeholder Board looks forward to working with the new Executive Director of the County Chamber of Commerce in 2019 to ensure that Morris County remains a great place to live and raise a family and to locate a business. I want to truly thank all the employees of Morris County because they're the ones that make this place run. And without them, without our first responders, who knows? But they do a great job. So once again, I want to thank you for attending tonight, and Happy New Year. How'd I do?
Before we close, I'd like to offer special thanks to those involved in tonight's meeting. The Morris County Sheriff's Office and Washington Township Police Color Guards representing our nation's colors. Our singers, Amy Wallison, Paige Weisberg, and Godi Shergutter, all students of the Morris County School of Vocational School District. Rabbi Ina Cerebro Litvak of Temple Shalom in Succothana for her blessing on this celebration. To the Clerk of the Board, Debbie Lynch and her staff, Susan Allard, Janet Donaldson, and Josephine Plushino. Chris Walker and his Buildings and Grounds crews for their assistance. And thanks to the students and staff of the Morris County School of Technology for the preparation and presentation of the food and beverage that we will now enjoy. So go, we call